Hi cuties, I'm really excited about today's topic. Time and energy auditing. Now, I'm not really one for audits and I'm not into like lots of lists and structure, but this is actually really fun. And this is something I do every so often to glean insights through observing my own behavior. So let's talk about time audits. What are they? How I do it is, every day for the next week or so, I use my daily planner, not to plan, but to honestly retroactively assess how I'm actually using my time. I'm brutally honest, but I'm not brutal or harsh to myself. I use this tracker as an interesting tool to observe my own behavior, not as a whip. I'm not here to beat myself up with this information. I'm here to be enriched by it. So I celebrate observing patterns and gleaning insight. It's honestly a lot of fun and it's interesting. This morning, for example, I got onto Instagram before I did my morning meditation, and that's a little bit out of the ordinary for me. And I immediately noticed that my meditation wasn't quite as calming as usual. I found that my mind was racing a bit more. So I noted that, I wrote it down, and I made a little note that I'd like to stay off of my phone in the morning until at least after I've done my morning meditation. So that was a really useful observation. I didn't sit there beating myself up for making a mistake. I actually felt happy inside for having noticed a pattern that I can now play with. I'm aware of it now, so now I can play with it and adjust and tweak that. I don't even know if I would have made the connection if I hadn't happened to have been doing a time audit this morning. So if you already have a day planner or schedule, then all you need to do is just track your behavior or your time, your activities that you did that day next to what you had scheduled. And also you can fill in the blanks, because sometimes when we have a schedule, we don't write in all the things we actually do. We just write in the things we have to do. So you'll fill in the blanks and you'll correct the record without any shame. We're just going to be really honest. So if your day planner, for example, said that you had a meeting with so-and-so, but then in real life, that meeting ended up getting canceled. Well, what did you do with that empty or free time? Maybe your habit is, you jumped on the news and started reading articles about a war zone. And I'm not saying that that's good or bad. It's just, maybe that's your habit. That's what you did. So you note that. And over several days, you'll start to notice patterns. You'll notice that we all do this. We all have habitual patterns. You'll notice that when you have free time, you will revert to certain habitual default behaviors. They're your default. You do it unconsciously. And if those are habits you like, then that's awesome. You can still play with it and make some tweaks here or there, or just celebrate that you have really awesome default modes. Yay! If you're in a phase of life like me, where you don't have a super strict schedule. For me, I have a few scattered meetings and commitments here and there throughout the week, but I don't have a really structured day where I have to do certain things at a certain time. I just need to fit it all in. So if you're not in a set routine at the moment and you're just kind of hopping from thing to thing, then you can still use a day planner retroactively where you just fill in what you actually did after the fact. You don't have to run out and buy an expensive planner for that. You can honestly just use a few pieces of type paper, depending on how many days you want to do this for. And just, writing down the time and what you did. And you can get really, really good insights, even just by tracking your time for a single day. And of course, multiple days is going to give you an even bigger, fuller picture of your time use. But whatever feels good to you, whatever feels aligned. Do it at least for a day, and I generally do it for a week. Now, I just happen to have this old day planner sitting around, and I wasn't using it, so I just used this. And I'm tracking when I did, what I did, when I did it, and then I'm writing down any little insights if I have any. So, my example from this morning, I wrote down, Instagram and then meditation, and the time I did those, and then I made a little note that I actually want to adjust this. I wrote down here, I made a note in my little day planner. I'd like to start my day with meditation and not on screens. It's that simple. But I don't even know that I would have had that awareness if I hadn't taken the time to do a little audit and get conscious and get aware. So for today, if you'd like to participate in a little challenge assignment with me, then just do the time audit for a day and then do it longer if that feels good. Just simply note how you're actually using your time today without any judgment. You know, sometimes it's shocking. Sometimes we look at it and go, oh, wow, I spent 2 hours on social media. I thought I was only on there for a few minutes. But it's worth it because you matter and your beautiful life matters. And these kinds of occasional audits, they help us figure out where we're leaking valuable time and energy, and they help us recalibrate. It's not about shaming ourselves or beating ourselves up. It's really about having fun with it and getting playful and getting curious. So next I'm going to share how to do an energy audit. And that's also really, really fun, interesting, and insightful. So I'm super excited to share that with you next. And for today, we'll do our time audit. And I'm really grateful that you joined me on this. And thanks for joining me. I'm Beck Sato. Love you. Mwah.